That's what God has given us in how to manifest, to intercourse with him and birth these ways of the goodness of God dominating the environment. Because, like, for example, even with regard to healing, okay, in the kingdom of God, there is no sickness, right? And the kingdom of God is within you, right? Okay, but then, so how come you see yourself with some type of sickness going on? Because you're looking at the outer man, concluding the significance of that more than the truth of the inner man and that realm. But as you increase in that with unanimity with your inner man as the priority, so you're going to walk by truth, not by the sight of the outer scenarios that's going on. And those elements that attach themselves to that, like sickness, lack, and those things. Because in the kingdom, there is no lack. And is that right? Okay, then so how are we going to say that? How come it's not present here? Because there's a process of alignment. Alignment is not just how can I put it, where the alignment has to be in an agreement with where the line starts or where the target emanates from. We can't just say, I'm lining up. Lining up with what? You in agreement with who? If you don't know the truth, how can you line up with it? And so when we know the truth, it makes us free from the encumbersome of this environment. And if we're not free, even in the way we're thinking in a fundamental way, because if you can't walk around in peace, let alone love, I can see you don't have peace. How can you have love? Because you're not certain, you're not confident. You're not at a place of being what's the word when it's not of contentment. So that's why you struggle to try to get along. When you're content with yourself, it's easy to get along with someone else. So that would be easy to love your neighbor. It would be easier. You could kind of see that. But so if you try to love your neighbor, then they act stupid, then how you respond with your emotions. But if you're in contentment with the way of the kingdom of God and those elements, those attributes, the fruits of the Spirit, you understand what they are in their key sense, in their elementary sense, not how they manifest out here in this environment, and then try to do it from there. Because how they couple up together or how they prioritize, that's what you must understand. If God says it goes like that, that's how it goes. And so we can study some of those things as we go along. But